4-4 overall, 1-3 in the American. Tigers were idle last week and will be in action this Saturday at ECU in Greenville, North Carolina. Noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central on ESPNU. Coach, thanks for joining us on the call. If you would take a minute to just wrap up how your open week went as you prepare to get back in action Saturday up at ECU.
Yeah, I was really pleased with how our guys, approached last week. Coming off, not our best performance. We knew we had to truly focus on ourselves. We got a lot of good on good work. Really tried to keep the speed of the game. Really focused on our communication, alignment, fundamentals. We did get a nice introduction to East Carolina, there last week, throughout the bye. But our main focus was just trying to clean up the details of what we're trying to do and how we execute. I thought it was good for some of the guys that were banged up, to kind of be able to heal up their bodies a little bit. But I was excited about our team's approach to last week. We've got to have a great week of preparation. You'll hear preparing to go back on the road against a very talented East Carolina unit. You look at the improvements they've had defensively, the way they attack. It's impressive to see. And then you have a new quarterback that you're just coming off his first start where he did a lot of good things, but that he's going to continue to grow with every rep. So our guys are excited about the challenge and excited about the week of preparation.
Take questions for Coach Mike Norvell, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad will put you in the queue. The operator will introduce you.
We will now take our next question from Dan Tatora from wakeupcalldt.com. Please go ahead. Your line is open.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Doing well. Just to speak on, obviously, at 4-4 and 1-3 in the conference, just what you could say about the level of difficulty inside of the AAC and how, from top to bottom and on any given day, you're going to get everybody's best game and obviously good competition within this conference.
I think it's one of the highlights of our conference is just the overall depth of it. Obviously you can see there's a couple teams right now playing at an elite level, and their records indicate that. But just throughout this league, it doesn't matter what your record is. I mean, there's teams that are all going to compete at a high level against each other. They're going to compete at a high level, out of conference in games. But this league is one that's continuing to grow. It's one that's got an exceptional number of talented athletes and great coaches. And it's definitely a battle each and every week. So you've got to make sure that you perform at a high level, or any team can't beat the other on any given Saturday.
You led one side of the conference last year, and then are going through some adversity right now. Just what you could say that you're taking away as the leader of this Memphis team from last year to this year, and just kind of what you need to do moving forward, what you're seeing on film as the team's trying to navigate through these last 4 weeks.
Yeah, I think our team, it's showcased itself, really well at moments, and then we've had some times where we've come up short, due to lack of execution details, the small fundamentals that can cost you in close games. We have 2 1-point losses this year, and in both those games we lost the turnover margin. We made some critical mistakes down the stretch, and those are things that as a young football team, we only have 8 seniors, that we've got to really focus on the importance of those situations and the specific details to what we're being asked to do within any scheme, or and then trust in the fundamentals of what we've done throughout the week to be able to perform at a high level. And so it's been a little bit of a learning process for some of our younger guys. We got to continue to establish the leadership from the older group that we have, but also from the guys that are impactful. There each and every week. We've got to make sure that our consistency is to the level that's necessary to be able to win in big games.
Well, thank you, Coach, and good luck this week.
Thanks, sir.
We will now take our next question from Brian Moss of TigerSportsReport.com. Please go ahead. Your line is open.
Hey, Coach, you're definitely facing some adversity the past few weeks. What have you learned about your team going through this?
Obviously one of the things is that we don't like to lose. We don't like to come up short. These guys, they're a great group of competitors. Each and every week we go out and we try to prepare at a high level so that we can put ourselves in a position to be successful. And like I said, the things that have cost us are the consistency in our details. And with all the right, with all the want to, with all the proper approach. I mean, it's a consistency throughout that 60 minutes of performing at a high level, doing my job, making sure that everybody's on the same page, and we've got to continue to have that emphasis here moving forward. But we've got to make sure that we're executing at the level that's necessary. But I like the guys that are on this football team. I love their mentality and their approach to wanting to get it, to get things right in the sense of in those tight critical moments that we're able to perform the level that we know we're capable of.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We will now take our next question from Tom Shanahan from News and Observer. Please go ahead. Your line is open.
Hi, Coach. Excuse me, I'm driving down the road to another appointment. But I wanted to ask you, most people are focused on East Carolina's new quarterback, and you mentioned in your opening comments the defense, too. What stands out about their defensive improvement and how it's a different team that you're going to face than maybe earlier in the year?
Oh, I mean, it's incredible to see the transformation of what they've done. I think it's one of the best coaching jobs in the country. You look at competing against this team last year to what they've done this year with utilizing their personnel, the way they attack. It's impressive to see. I think there's only been one game that they played this year where they've not won where they've not outgained their opponent. And, there's some things that, they've been put in some difficult situations at times. These guys, they fight, they play hard. They're very relentless to the football. You can tell they've got, a tremendous amount of confidence in what they're being asked to do. And, they performed at a high level. So I think that's, one of the probably best compliments that you can give to a team is, just the way that they play. And, these guys definitely play the game, the right way.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, thanks so much for your time today. We look forward to hearing from you once again next Monday.